Hey y'all.
Welcome to Rum Punch and Beignets with your favorite Teedies, TDB and
TD Dom. We're here to give you our unfiltered opinions on current events and everyday life.
So sit back, relax with your favorite drink as we give you this TD realness. All right, y'all. We are back for another episode of Rum Punch and Beignets podcast. You already know it is TDB and TD Dom.
Hello.
So we are back. It is supposed to be a festive ass weekend right now. Supposed to be a festive ass season. But before we get into it, let's talk about Blue Mics. So Blue Mics are here to help creators of all kinds find and raise their voices by making the coolest headphones and microphones on the planet. Here at Boot Crew Media, we use Blue Mics on every episode to bring you the professional sound you are hearing right now. To learn more, go to bluemic.com. All right, so like I said, it's supposed to be a festive ass season, y'all. But unfortunately, the parallelogram has stopped us. COVID-33 has knocked us over, so we ain't got no Mardi Gras this year, y'all.
Like I knew once this shit went over by August, I knew we weren't going to have Mardi Gras. I had mentally prepared myself, but I guess the physicality of seeing the decorations, but not like able to do anything, right. And seeing your people, getting some chicken, getting some cake, seeing your people on a neutral ground, setting up on St. Charles. St. Charles was so depressing. I went and got a smoothie yesterday morning before I went to work. Mm-hmm. And riding down St. Charles, I just got sad. Like the sads just hit me like yesterday. And I was like, oh my God.
Because yesterday was basically the start of Mardi Gras.
Basically.
That's the real Mardi Gras.
Because technically the day before that was supposed to be Nicks and Muses. Mm-hmm. And I was cleaning and I found the first ever shoe that I ever got from Muses from one of my students. His mama rode one year. And I found the shoe and I was like, we really can't gather.
You want to know something? I've never caught a shoe from Muses. I've never had the intention of catching a shoe from Muses. I think I've only been to Muses maybe once or twice. Probably once or twice. Other than that, I didn't give a fuck about no damn Muses. I really didn't, y'all. I didn't want no funky shoe because I don't like carrying stuff. I don't like hoarding things. So if I were to catch a shoe, I probably would have just given it to somebody else. Yeah, like I'm not even about to play myself or play with them people's shoes that they took so much time to decorate.
Like some of them people take like a year's time, like off and on, because they got families, they got real jobs and shit. And then, on top of that, they got, different crews got different meetings, like weekly meetings. Like I remember when I rode at Zulu a couple years ago, like we had cool meetings and stuff, events we had to go to. And,
right. You got to raise money. You got to pay dues.
you got to pay dues and all. You got to pay for your merchandise, your t-shirts, to go to crew events. You got to go to crew events. Then
you got to buy your beads, buy all your goods.
You got to buy all your throws. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this episode, y'all, we're going to get into, we kind of touched on it a little bit, but we're going to get into, the fun and the beauty and the magic of Mardi Gras.
Yes.
And just relive a lot of the fun memories we had. Even though this year is a bit different, we'll still find a safe way to celebrate. Like B said, I'm sad because, Mardi Gras is the time to catch up with your people because, life makes us busy and, a lot of times we don't get to see our people a lot. And, Mardi Gras is that time to just celebrate with your people. And you get to make so many memories or not.
Right.
Because last year, I don't think I took near as many pictures as I have in years past.
I didn't because
I was I made a promise to myself to be more present last Mardi Gras season, not really knowing what would literally unfold like right after that.
Well, I mean, for me, honestly, I take pictures, but I'm not really the take picture type of gal. Hopefully others take pictures for me and they just send it. That's what I hope and pray for. But that doesn't always happen or translate in the way that I would hope for it to. But last year, honestly, it was a good Mardi Gras, but I've definitely had better only because there were a lot of deaths last Mardi Gras.
Oh my God.
There were like, that was the cursed Mardi Gras. And then right after that, there's no Mardi Gras. Like,
nigga,
I'm
like
kind of glad we had a break.
Like
honestly.
what parallel universe did we live in? But you know what? Like you said, we probably needed this break.
Exactly.
To just recalibrate and find the joy. Because next year, if we able to come outside next year, I'm coming to everybody, everything. I'm going to show up with a box of chicken, some gallons of daiquiri, and a cake not from Rouse's. Okay? I'm coming to everybody, everything. I'm like that girl. You could catch me outside next year.
I'm not going to say I'm going to everything, but I'm definitely going to my spots. I'm going to Zulu Ball. Mm-hmm. Definitely going to Zulu Ball. I'm going to try to go to Namtox Ball as well, or another ball. I want to go to at least 2 or 3 balls.
Right.
Of course, I'm going to Endymion. Of course, I'm going to Namtok. Of course, I'm going to Zulu. Honestly, those are the only 3 parades that I like to go to. And then Mardi Gras Day, I'm just going to get fucked up. Like, basically. I'm just going to do what I do, get fucked up, make sure I catch the Indians. And it's a wrap. That's good. That's all I need.
And be under the bridge.
Get my food, get my drink, have me a little 2-step, you heard me, second line. Yeah. Little buck jump. I'm going to do a little 1, 2, 3, catch a trade or 2, you know. I'm just gonna have myself a good old time. That's it. I'm cutting up next year.
Right. I think everybody has decided that everybody next year is the year.
Right.
Like everybody trying to be outside next year.
Exactly. And then as much as I complain about the traffic of Mardi Gras, as much as I complain about the tourists,
which are still here, by the way.
Right. Y'all need to go back home. Just saying, y'all are not going to get a Mardi Gras. Go home. But but as much as I complain about it, I still don't miss it. I don't miss the shit. But I just miss the energy of it because the city feels so different and
it feels electric.
Right. But now it's like everybody's trying to capture that feeling with the house floats, which I love. That's a great idea. I think we should keep that going. Right. Y'all, that was a great idea. Keep that shit going. But it's not the same because you're not getting the live bands. You're not getting the high school bands. That was my favorite thing to see.
I love seeing them children play the instruments and the girls dancing,
the flag twirlers, the majorettes. Like that was my thing. I love to see the bands. The floats I could do without because I don't like bitches throwing shit at me. Don't throw shit at me. I don't like it. So I stand to the back and I let the kids catch me stuff. And then they just bring me something nice. And then, they keep the rest of it. I just need 1 bead. That's it. 1 bead. Other than that, pass me my drink. Let me hear the music. Let me eat the food. That's all I need.
I love how you think for Mardi Gras. But I know for me, I love, like you said, I love how they've adapted the house floats.
Yes.
I definitely think that tradition should stay and be added to the Mardi Gras tradition.
Right. Yes.
I know over the years, because this makes my 4th year of living here, I've always made a Mardi Gras playlist of like all these carnival songs that, I've heard with being with people, that I care about at Mardi Gras time. I played it yesterday and just sat there and was like, bitch, we really don't get to go outside to dance to none of this, okay? It just really bothered me, okay?
Yes.
But my favorite part of Mardi Gras is probably just the sense of community. Like, it's a big-ass community party, but then you still see the subtle racism in some point.
Right.
Like, you got the Chads. I seen the Chads today on Napoleon putting up stuff. He's like, what you gonna catch? The flow of traffic? He had his tent up there. He had
the flow of traffic. I'm so weak.
Like, what you gonna catch? Emission air from the car. He had he had his whole setup. Like, he was out there for Orpheus, London Grove
or something.
Yeah, he out there like in a neutral ground on Napoleon. I think it's Napoleon like Annunciation or something like that. And the dude got the whole neutral ground to himself. Like,
he probably thought Trevor was playing. He probably thought there was going to be
and I wouldn't be surprised if that year that they came and moved all the Chads that tried to sit their shit up like way ahead of time before the parade. They moved all of their stuff and put it in I'll never forget. I seen it riding down St. Charles one day. they took all the people that tried to sit up the night before they spot for the parade the next day.
Right.
And the city had like garbage trucks coming by and like throwing these people shit, like they little chairs and tents and tarps and all of that shit, throwing it on the back of the truck. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that, man, that once they got close to the dark.
Probably.
But he was out there with his little grill, his little tent set up, his chair, his folding chairs out there. Boy, who you out there with?
That man said he's getting his spot this year for next year.
Girl, sitting like Bernie at the inauguration. You're gonna freeze your tits off.
Yeah. But so since you said that, what you've been down here for how many Mardi Gras now?
4.
So out of those 4, which one was your favorite?
I got a tie. My tie is between 18, which was 18 and 19. 18 was special because that was my first one as a resident, because I had only been here. I hadn't even been here a year by the time Mardi Gras came. So that was my first one as a resident. And because I've been to Mardi Gras before moving here, you know, when I was younger. But I guess you see it with different eyes.
Yeah.
Than say when you live here, you know, you see it through the eyes of a tourist. And
Mardi Gras is so much better as a local.
It's way more beautiful to me as a resident now. I think we all took it for granted because now we ain't got it.
Right.
But yeah, it's a tie for me between 18 and 19. 18 because that was my first one as a resident, and then 19 because that was my first time, and I don't know, maybe my last time riding in the Zulu parade, which is big for, you know, a lot of people, because it's just like, how many people do you? Yeah, locals say, oh, I know so-and-so gonna throw me a coconut, you know, but then still for people back home, for me, like, you rode in the biggest Mardi Gras parade, like you rode, yeah, I did. I had to pay buku money for that too. Money, events we had to go to. It was fun, but I was really tired that Mardi Gras.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I don't want to do. I don't want to. I want to ride in a parade, but if I ride in one, it will probably be like the trucks parade or some shit.
Like a smaller one, because riding in the biggest Mardi Gras parade on Fat Tuesday it's stressful as fuck. Because I wouldn't say it's stressful. It's exhausting. It's because, tiring. Yeah. So I've seen Mardi Gras from 3 different lenses: as a tourist before, as a resident now, and. So I've seen it from 3 different perspectives: as a tourist, as a resident, and then as a rider. And, you know, I think 19, I took buku pictures because I wanted to remember that time, like, you know, all the events we got to do,
right? You
know, all the networking and meeting people that we got to do.
That's the perfect time to take all the pictures. So yeah, that makes sense.
You know, I got to play dress up in clothes that I never wear, like I had to wear. I remember I found my pictures because I was in the mayor's crew in 19. So we wore like the red, blue, and gold. Those are our colors. So we had a party. And I remember I was trying to fit into this red dress that I thought I could fit into. Girl, I had to put on so much Spanx and support. Because let me tell you, when, you know, I'm sure you've been to different crew parties in the Zulu. And like they have, you know, their crew party where they do the call out, where they call out their members who would like to be called out and recognized. Right. So my stupid ass, I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. I ain't know people was gonna cut up in line in front of me and stuff, and I'm like, oh hell. They did because they mixed everybody together and they did it by alphabetical order. So I remember we had to get there for a certain time, right? And then we had to line up in the back in alphabetical order. And I had these gold shoes on that I did not want to wear, but I had to wear them. And I was like, oh my gosh, and all these niggas in front of me cutting up, and I'm like, what I'm gonna do? And my heart started beating so fast, girl. And I had just got a haircut that day, had got a retwist, got my nails done and all that, you know, to look good. And it was like, Dominique. And I was like, you know, I had to do like the beauty queen way. Because I was like, I'm not finna cut up and do my little, you know, footwork and then fall.
See, you gotta practice
in front of buku people in the hills.
You gotta practice.
But see, I wasn't confident.
Oh, let me tell you,
like Beyonce did in the Super Bowl that time.
Exactly. You just keep the show rolling.
I wasn't confident in my footwork at the time.
How many times I was buck jumping and accidentally slipped and fell on the floor?
Bitch.
They didn't know. Unless they was my friends.
They
didn't know.
thought you
It
was sliding on the floor.
They was a part of the whole thing, baby. It was a trick. Girl, I can go to sliding and walking on my knees, bitch. It's a part of the show. It's a part of the act.
Oh my gosh, that was the year I also went to Zulu Ball, and somebody on Twitter today was like, do y'all have fight videos from? Okay, so people that listen to our show that don't know what the Zulu Ball is,
it's a big ass prom.
It really is. It really is, because then, like, you know, the Zulu Club is like one of the biggest. The biggest Black social aid and pleasure club in the city, and they have a long-standing tradition in the city. Look it up, Google it. Never mind the blackface shit, because we could talk about that all day.
Right.
Which is the makeup.
Purposely did that shit.
Yeah, which is the makeup that I had to wear that day. But they have this big ball, and a lot of the bigger crews, even the smaller crews, they have these big Mardi Gras balls where they have a king and a queen.
Yep.
And you know, it's like a coronation ball. So like Rex has it, which is the other big parade on Fat Tuesday, the other big crew that I don't think most of Black people stay for anyway.
No,
unless they don't live here. Because if you don't live here, you don't know that nobody that lives here that's Black stays for Rex. I figured that out at 18.
Yeah, no.
My friend was like, babe, we finna go under the bridge. I said, okay, let's go. And under the bridge is where I was. Okay. But yeah, Zulu has this big old ball. And I hate to even say this, but niggas be in there fighting, y'all, and they nice ball gowns and tuxedos and Louboutins and all of that. Be fighting down.
They're not giving, and
they really not.
This is my. But after this, I'll tell y'all my favorite Mardi Gras. But this is my issue with Zulu. I have a line of issues with them. So everybody knows the Zulu Ball was invite only at one point.
Yeah.
So if the only way you can get into Zulu Ball is if you either were a part of the Zulu crew or someone from the Zulu
gave you a ticket. Yeah.
That was the only way.
The old head said they kind of want to go back to
exactly. That. Honestly, I think they should.
I agree.
Because that keeps the rotation, that lets you know who the hell's coming into your spot, and you can control what the environment's going to be.
And then too, it's not putting a bad name, a bad taste in people's mouths that don't associate with you, that wanna, you know, that see you from the outside.
Exactly.
You know, if they want to come to Zulu Ball, all they know now is fighting. Who got into a fight this year? Who was performing this year? Who was fighting while so and so is performing?
Right. Again, that's how they get to control who is in the building. Okay. So my issue with Zulu, I understand that they got just a little bit too big for their britches. Okay. They wanted to get more money in. So they started to allow outsiders to join Zulu. Outsiders meaning Caucasians. And then they started opening up table sales. All right, I get it. You know, you're trying to get your dollar. But now you've opened up your exclusive event for some bullshit.
Which has been happening in the last 5 years.
Has happened. Actually,
it's more than that though.
Yeah, about.
It's just I've known and seen videos.
I'm pretty sure they were having fights before, but you didn't really know about it because it was so exclusive. But the first time I went to Zulu, I want to say was in 17. I think it was 17 or 16 was the first. No, actually it was 15. 14 or 15 was the first time I went to Zulu, and they had a fight then. But I only remember one fight going down, but still, you didn't really know about it because it wasn't really like advertised.
Or you know, it wasn't people on social media.
Because social media was still popping.
Yeah,
they talked about it, but we didn't. I don't think we had Instagram at that time.
No.
I'm not sure.
I don't think people dwelled on it. Like it's not like a tradition now for people to like laugh at the videos now being posted, because now they be laughing.
Exactly. Now my issue, like I was saying, my issue is they got so big-eyed and greedy. They were like, oh, well, let's open up these tables and let's tax their ass on these tables. Now, at one point, it was only $100 for a ticket, y'all. $100 to be a part of one table, which is 10 seats, and that's $1,000.
Right.
The last year, they were trying to charge almost $15 for a table. So that meant $150.
Or 200, especially if people bought a whole table and then had buku tickets to give away.
Exactly. And then that does not come with food. That does not come with drinks.
Right.
You know, you got to come set up your table and everything. Like, I love
you got to pay for your own decoration and shit. Every table be different.
But bitch.
And then you got to clean up your shit after that.
You telling me I got to pay $150 to get into a ball, a prom, where I have to bring my own food, lug my own food, own drinks, and possibly be in the middle of a shootout? I think not. I think not, baby. I'm ignorant, but bitch, I got a little bit more class than that. Right. I'm sorry. And that's just my problem with Zulu. I love it. And I hope that they kind of scale back on not scale back, but they reevaluate their rules. They reevaluate what they're trying to do and bring it back to their roots. That's what they really need to do.
They should go back to the exclusivity where, like, if you know people that's in the club and you know, the people that's actually in the club,
right?
Not just you buying a ticket off some random ass person that's selling tickets in a Facebook group. Because I've seen a lot of that
on Instagram or whatever way you find tickets. Because I know I used to, if I had to search for a ticket last minute, baby, I'm going to send out a notice, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, if I had to. But you know, I think they need to go back to their roots. And I think people need to remember Zulu is not the only ball. There are other balls you can go to. There are other balls that you can participate in where food and drinks are actually included with the ticket.
But I think the whole thing with that is a lot of people don't want to go to them balls because they can't act a fool. Because the other people at the other balls going to put their ass out. And you can't come back no more.
That sounds like a personal problem. Don't go acting a fool in nobody's place, a business. Then you won't get kicked out.
Right. So speaking of the fight, the year that I went to Zulu was 2 years ago. So that was the year that Monica was performing. So she's singing "Love All Over Me" and niggas in the front of the stage fighting. Mm-hmm. She was like, "Hold up.
I remember that.
Hold up." Me and my friend was sitting there, girl. We was sitting at the table and we was singing. You know, we was vibing. She's like, hold up. And I was like, girl, they fighting. All we hear is noise, like crowd noise and rustling and moving. I said, girl, they fighting up there in front of Monica. She got to stop singing and shit. Then, like, probably a few minutes later, we turned around. They tossing tables back there, like a few tables behind us. We turned around. They back there tossing tables and wigs and dresses and food and breaking glass. I said, oh. Okay.
Girl.
All right.
Just a mess. But back to the favorite Mardi Gras. So my favorite Mardi Gras probably would have to be, it was my first Mardi Gras as an adult downtown. So it was like 16. I think it was 16. Yeah. So 16, I moved downtown. Y'all know I'm an uptown hoe. I've been that way all my life. So I moved downtown and we're right off of Claiborne and Canal. So I had access to all the hot spots at the time. So I'm excited because, bitch, I'm right here by my house. That means I can get the liquor, get the food.
Everybody can go to the bathroom.
Exactly. Everybody just come to my house. We can cook and everything in my yard. We, that was our pit stop. And then we go out and just act the fool, cut up. Right. So that was my first time being downtown, being under the bridge as an adult. Because the first time I went under the bridge, I was like 11 or 12. And this is when they used to really have those shows, those little concerts under the bridge and stuff like that too. So yeah, that was my first time, like 11, 12 being downtown, but I didn't really get to experience it. I just got to see it from the sideline basically. Cause I was with my uncle and they just walking around drinking and really enjoying themselves. And I'm just like, well, okay, hey, how you doing? But so yeah, that was in 16. That was my favorite one because we really act a fool. Like I had my family, my friends, we ate, we drank, we danced. We walked up and down Claiborne, down Orleans, like we were everywhere. And then after that, we went and rode around the city. just to find something to do until, they say everything is shut down, quote unquote.
Ash Wednesday.
Right. But that was like my favorite one. One of my memorable ones, I have like two memorable ones. So my first memorable one was right after Hurricane Katrina. I didn't think we were going to have one, but the mayor at the time was so adamant about us at least having that, so to bring some type of normalcy back. And we wound up, me and my mama, and I want to say probably like a cousin or something, that's when we started the tradition of going out for the trucks parade, because the trucks parade, the Elks and the trucks, they pass down Claiborne all the way to Earhart. So like that's where they line up at. And the tail end of Elks is like right there by Claiborne and Carrollton, and then trucks lines up right behind that. So we would catch the end of that, and then we would go to St. Charles in Louisiana and catch the rest of the parade that way. So that year we went and did that. We started having Mardi Gras parties at our house, and we just really started to make Mardi Gras a thing. So that's why that was so memorable for me, because it brought back some sense of normalcy for me. Like it made me feel like, okay, New Orleans gonna come back. It's not over for us.
And I always wonder how Mardi Gras was like the year after the storm. Like I always want to hear stories about that, because I know it had to be difficult.
It was,
but it made y'all feel better.
Yeah,
I know
it was like it was necessary. So I'm glad it did happen, because it made the city breathe again. Because I feel like a lot of people felt that we weren't going to come back. I'm not going to say we weren't going to come back, but they felt like it was going to be difficult for us to come back. But having that Mardi Gras, even though it wasn't as big as we were used to, just being able to see those floats, to see those bands, just being able to have that little normalcy gave us hope. So I definitely, that was like one of my favorites. And then the other memorable one is the year that I fell twice.
I gotta be quiet to hear this one, because I need to hear this.
So I want to say it happened about 2 years ago. It happened 2 years ago, y'all. It was Mardi Gras Day. Zulu had just finished, so we walking under the bridge, and we like. So how we do we walk to Carrollton and Orleans. We go up Orleans, like going by Mahalia Jackson, to catch the Zulu. And then after we finish with Zulu, we come back to Claiborne, and we walk up Claiborne, like going towards Esplanade, and then we come back. So we doing our due diligence, doing what we do. We walk in, and I see one of my partners, and I go holler at him. And then I said something that was very rude and slick by the mouth. So as soon as I said that, I turned around, I took a step, and then my ankle went flop, flop, and I fell.
Did you break your ankle?
I didn't. I just had a flop, flop moment. You know how you walk and your ankle kind of like give out on you, like, whoa, what happened? Bitch,
did you step in a hole or something? I guess it was just on this.
I wind up on the sidewalk. I'm walking up the sidewalk. On the right-hand side of me is the building, and on the left-hand side is like, they have like these little square patches with dirt and like little trees sticking out of it. So when I turned around, I stepped on the sidewalk, but my leg went flop, flop.
I guess your ankle was on his last little tendon, because y'all done walked all over the city.
No, I think that's my mouth. That's what I get. I shouldn't have said what I said, and I don't even know what I said, but I feel like that person deserved to hear what I said, but still I shouldn't have been
And your ankle
ugly.
deserved for you to fall.
So I flop down. I laugh. Like, y'all, when I fall, when I do anything stupid like that, I can't help but laugh. I have to laugh, because I know people looking at me, it looked crazy, because I felt crazy. So,
yeah.
So I wind up getting up. As soon as I get up, flop, and I'm
Bitch, you are taking me out with this flop. I'm gonna have to use that if I fall sometime. Flop.
I flopped my ass right back down. And mind you, yes, I was drinking, but I was not drunk enough to flop, because if I was that drunk, I would not be able to tell y'all this story verbatim in detail, the way that I fell down.
Especially not the flop part.
But I fell down again, y'all. All my friends, even my mama, she was walking with me. She looking at, what the fuck wrong with y'all? Get your friend. And she walking over. I'm like, you just gonna leave me on it? Y'all get your friend, because I don't know what's wrong with her drunk ass. I'm like, really, mama? You ain't have to put me out there like that, girl. Girl, and nobody helped me. They all just stood there and watched me and laughed. Girl, my friends, huh? Ain't shit. But yeah.
I'm sorry. I would have helped you. If I was there, I would have helped you up first and then laughed in your fucking face. I'm sorry.
And they never let me live it down, girl.
They be like, B, remember that time?
Every time.
You had to pull out?
Every time. I promise you, they bring that shit up at least 5 times a year. In regular conversation. Or do you remember that one time you failed twice on Claiborne? Bitch, fuck you. But yeah, those are 2 of my favorite, my most memorable Mardi Gras. Like, I like to have fun at Mardi Gras. I just love the freeness. I love the energy. I just love the feels that you get from Mardi Gras. Like all of the love, all of the drinks. Y'all know a bitch like the drink.
Oh yeah.
All of the food.
Look, have your backpack full of the goods, whatever you got.
Exactly. All of the friendliness, all of the hospitality. Mm-hmm. Like you going to Mardi Gras, you're bound to run into someone that's going to want to feed you, want to give you drinks, want to just show you love. Like that's just what Mardi Gras is all about. So yeah, I really miss Mardi Gras this year, y'all. I miss it. Even with all the traffic and shit, I miss it.
Right, the rerouting. Yeah. When you're going, especially because my job by St. Charles, so all the rerouting, or, because where we work is by, the places where they make the floats at. And then by Mardi Gras World. So when they start rolling the floats out, for the evening parades, we got to get out of, I miss getting off early, y'all, on those days, especially for muses and, from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday on, got to leave buku early, because if we don't leave early, we're going to get blocked in. Going to be stuck. Oh, yeah. So I missed that this year. We literally had to work the whole day. I missed that so much this year. But like B said, I missed the love, the hospitality, or hearing stories from, people that's not from here, how the people that do know how to act when they come here and they take it all, and it's a sense of wonder, like childlike wonder for them.
Right.
And I miss that feeling of seeing that and hearing their stories about where they from. And I remember one year, I think it was 19, we met this lady all the way from Australia. We were at our favorite spot for muses at Tacos and Beer. And we, good times. And so we, we were, had spent the whole afternoon over there, pre-gaming for the parade and whatnot. And because sometimes in St. Charles and places you gotta buy food in order to use the bathroom. So we kept buying shit so we could go to the bathroom.
Right.
So that was a year that we met this lady at the parade route. She was all the way from Australia. She was like, I've never been to this before. She had a little accent. It was so cute, y'all. And she's like, I've never seen anything like it. Like, it's not even a spectacle, like out of control chaos. It's just so beautiful how everybody talks to you and offers you food and, take care of you and make sure you get home safe. And, always, it's nice. She's like, I've been here for a couple of days and I just love just the atmosphere. And I love hearing stuff like that, waiting on the parade. Or I love when I know I done got too much stuff that I don't need that I give away to my students after I clean it off. I love catching more stuff and giving it to the kids around me, because a lot of times, a lot of obnoxious ass people come here for Mardi Gras and they will literally fight over beads that are meant literally for these children.
Can I please interject? Please interject? Because this is another thing about Mardi Gras that just, what my great auntie would always say, make my pussy hurt. This the shit right here. I need for adults, especially adults that are not from New Orleans or not from the state of Louisiana. I need you guys to understand. Throws from a float are generally for the kids. Okay? It's for the kids to enjoy the experience of catching, of being a little bit competitive with the other kids. They're not trying to fight and be competitive with adults.
Right. Like
This ain't for you.
Like it's for them to, like B said, it's for them to catch, the loveys, the plush toys,
Right.
the footballs, the
the
bees that light up, stuff
them.
that children like.
The adults, your excitement comes from like I love the floats. I love the themes of floats. Mm-hmm. Like when you find out the theme of different parades. I love that because you get to see the creativity that they come up with. Like some of the shit that they come up with is like mind blowing, geniuses. Then the other part of it are the bands. Yes. That's for adults. Kids love it too. Kids love it as well. But that's more for the adults. The drinks are for the adults. Okay. That's where you have the fun. I need you guys to remember these bees and stuffed animals are for the kids. And don't be knocking kids down talking about, oh, I'm trying to get these bees and these stuffed teddy bears for my baby who is 9 weeks old. Your baby don't give a fuck about that shit. Your baby just trying to make sure they can breathe, make it to 3 months. Come on now. Let's stop it.
And they be leaving a baby in the stroller. Like on St. Charles, it's buku bad with that. Like especially by the bar, people be leaving their children in the stroller, and then
to go catch some bees.
To go catch bees. Your child, okay, I'm gonna get real teacher on you right quick. Children don't have memories until they're like almost 2 years old.
Thank you.
Yo baby. Yeah, you could bring your baby out there to take pictures and stuff because that would be cute. Like if I had some kids, we're going to take pictures so they can have memories for when they get older, memories, Mardi Gras memories that they can share.
Right.
But your children don't want them bees right now. Your children don't want them stuffed animals.
Girl.
Like your children don't want them. Like stop doing it. Stop knocking over people with children on their neck. Exactly. Stop knocking over children who are big enough, whose parents are right there with them and having them right there to catch things. Stop knocking them over. Stop knocking their parents over. It's going to be one day, somebody going to be a parent going to be fed up with y'all grown asses and going to fight you in the street.
It happens.
It has had to happen so many times already, but it's just going to happen one time and I'm going to be there and I'm going to say, well, shit, bitch, we told you so. Like I seen one time, this one family, we was at Orpheus, I think a couple years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago. And this family had their children, they had the ladders up, that they had built the cute little ladders. I love looking at those.
I love those too. Too bad they don't want you to do those no more.
Right. So I think that was
but one of the, I get it though.
I think that was one of the last years that they were able to do it and the city not get upset about it. So yeah, they were like, the kids were sitting in the ladder, like by this big old oak tree. And so they were sitting up there to catch. And I had enough beads. I mean, if I ever post that picture, y'all be like, you had more than enough. And I just started catching them and giving to the kids because it was some adult males by like a few feet away from us. And they were just like drinking and spitting and knocking over other children. One child actually failed because they knocked this baby down.
Oh, Lord. Mm-mm.
And so everything that I caught that I could catch, I was giving it to the children around me. I said, you know what? I got enough. I'm not going to do nothing with this shit, but donate it somewhere when I get done and I take the bees out that I want to keep. Right. Or that I want to give away to like my nieces and nephews and stuff and whatever. But let me catch the rest of this shit for these children because these grown ass adults up here, like y'all really be blowing it. Like don't do that
type of sense. Like,
and it's already bad enough. You've been drinking all day, and then you really ain't got no balance, and you kind of getting out of control. And you fucking with the mojo, the vibes, like especially on Mardi Gras, like the vibes is like we coming down the home stretch of Mardi Gras Rumble, like it's time to kind of chill out a little bit. But still keep some energy. But don't do that to the children. Like if you come and if you listen to our show and you don't live here and say you come from Mardi Gras, like going forward, be mindful that there are families who are celebrating. There are people, there are children around you.
Mardi Gras is a family event. It's not an adult event. It's a family celebration.
Right.
So families will be there. I.e. kids, children, people, minors, people that are smaller, younger, more susceptible to being hurt.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mm-hmm. So watch out for the babies. It's the baby's holiday. Stop. Watch out for them. Okay?
Let them get them Little Mermaid squishy toys and all of that stuff. Let them get that.
Let them. Okay. So with that being said, we got another Mardi Gras coming. Mardi Gras happens every year. It's not going to stop. It's supposed to happen every year. So what are your hopes for 2022? What do you want to see? What do you want to see come back for Mardi Gras? What do you want to see change? And what are you more excited for?
Well, my hopes for next year, I hope we really do get to have it. I just was disappointed this year. The disappointment hit me like recently, the last couple of days, but like I kind of felt like months ago we wasn't. Because the city kept doing this promo, and it keeps this billboard keeps replaying in my mind from the Smoothie King Center about wear your mask so we can. And it had the masquerade mask, that little thing.
Yeah.
But I really hope that we can have it next year and it not be a super spreader event like last year was. Because literally, like a few weeks later, multiple people got sick around me that I knew. Hell, I got sick like probably like a month after Mardi Gras. So I really hope that we are able to have it. And I hope that we keep the house float tradition. I really hope we do. Like I love it. It gives new vitality to Mardi Gras, to the celebration and the tradition. I hope we keep the house floats, and I hope we keep the spirit behind that and don't let it falter. I kind of hope we can keep the floats on the Oaks. Maybe just make it a little bit longer and a little bit bigger and the price a little bit cheaper. Because no, it was sold out before we could buy tickets. It literally,
I don't understand. How was it sold out?
It literally started off like when they first decided to do the crew of house floats. They finally talked to the people at City Park and put it together. So when they finally decided to do floats in the Oaks, it was $5 a car, which was reasonable because Celebration of Oaks like $30 some odd dollars a car.
Right.
So it was $5 a car. And then once they seen how popular it was and certain days started selling out, it went up to $10, $15 a car. And then by the time the middle of this past week that came, which would have been the beginning of all the bigger parades,
right,
they were sold out by Wednesday morning. So I feel like they can keep doing floats in the Oaks, but just expand it to a few more days and just the days that the big parades would roll, and it cut it off on Mardi Gras. Not like cut it off on Mardi Gras, but started a little bit earlier than what they did. I understand that this year was a spur of the moment with deciding to do floats in the Oaks, but now since they've done it and pulled it off and made buku money, especially with the park with the train and people paying extra for extra things and beignets and cocoa and all the revenue that it generated, expanded for a few more days. So, people that really want to do and have a good time doing that, they get the full experience of the floats, the house floats, and the parades when we're able to have them. You asked what you said the whole
what you like to keep, what you
what would like to change,
and what are you what's your anticipation? What are you anticipating for?
What I would like to change is what we already talked about with the Zulu ball and with some of the other well, the other balls already do it. It's like pretty exclusive. You don't hear about fighting amongst them. But with the Zulu ball, I really want them to do a revamp and do like, exclusive, add more exclusivity to it. I don't want to see no more videos of people getting busted in the head with Ace of Speed bottle.
Please.
Like, I don't want to see that no more. I want to see black people.
Better than that, y'all.
Right. I want to see black people dressed up, stunned on these hoes. I want to see that. I want to see the stun. I want to see the good time, the dancing, the old people dancing, the young people dancing. I think they also could do a better job of the acts that they bring in to perform at the Zulu Ball, because a lot of the acts have been, not accommodating to, or basically not accommodating to like the younger generation. Like if you're trying to attract younger members in the club, the younger prospective members, you kind of gotta adjust your pitch, basically. Right. Like, yeah, Monica was cool a couple years ago, but Monica, it's Monica. Like,
Yeah, you could really see her at any time.
You really could. So, especially if you got Instagram, because Monica always on Instagram singing and stuff. So you can always see her. And
she's always in the city too.
Right, because she got connections. So it's not like Monica is just,
And no tea, no shade to Monica, but
y'all know. Because we appreciate her but yeah.
We've heard it 1,000 times,
Yeah. Or like one year I remember they had Jeffrey Osborne. Like, okay.
That was for the old folks.
That was definitely for the old heads, for real. But like, do some up-to-date people. You know what I'm saying? If you want people dancing and
like
having
Lucky
a good time.
Or somebody.
Yeah, or Sir, or give me somebody else. I can't think right now.
Her.
Yeah, Ari Lennox.
Some Jasmine Sullivan.
Yeah,
Duran.
that was
like there's a lot
like,
of
man, if the Zulu really want that coin, you bring in Jasmine Sullivan, I will pay you every cent that hey, you say this ticket gonna cost a rack, I will pay the rack.
If this is y'all PSA, get Jasmine Sullivan for 2022, all right?
Man, because we got to come out the box.
But my only fear is a couple of fights are definitely gonna break out.
Yeah, because people.
The hotels will come out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So just again, just
that's the
figure it out. Figure it out. Just collab the stuff together, make it exclusive, but get you some exclusive talent.
Right.
Just think about it. Think about it.
And then don't make it. I know the vibe. It gives me just prime vibes. It really does.
I mean,
not stun on hoes vibes. Even though some people really be looking good, like y'all look good now, but it just really gives me overgrown prime vibes.
Not
especially
coronation.
Especially because y'all fighting and shit.
But I mean, at the same time, let's be real. A coronation is pretty much a prom.
Yeah,
it's pretty much a prom. A debutante ball is pretty much
just don't get weird like the Kruger Rex with the Comas and all of it. Don't get weird with them talking heads and all that shit. I watched that shit for the first time like a couple years ago, and I was just like, am I high? Did I drink too much today? Like once I finally got home and settled down and wasn't out all night this 1 year in particular, I sat there, I was like, did I drink too much? Am I full high, like food high? Like what's going on here? Like why the head so big? Why the body so little? What's happening?
Yeah. It's part of tradition, girl. That's that old stuff. That's that old stuff.
I know. They probably need to get rid of that too. Cause somebody like me,
Well, she wants that gone, you guys.
Please.
All right, so
what you want, girl? What you want for next year? Because I know you're gonna be outside too.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be outside for sure. Mm-hmm. You already know. Mm-hmm. You already know. All right. So what I'm changing? What I would like to see change? What do I want to see change? As far as with Mardi Gras, because honestly, like I would love to see there not be so much traffic, but that's just not going to happen. Like it's impossible. The things that I would love to change are just impossible. Like it's just not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen. I think, let me come back to the change part. I'm gonna have to come back to that. Things that I would like to see stay, definitely the house floats. I think like the major streets like Esplanade, St. Charles, the Treme area, basically all the areas that parade routes are, I think they should all be involved in it, all participate in the house floats and make it a thing, like make it a real big thing to where we possibly, I would like to low key kind of reduce some of the parades and like incorporate the house floats instead and make that like probably 1 weekend or 1 week. You just go through the house floats throughout the city. You actually get to ride around them and enjoy the house floats.
So like you saying, like a lot of the parade routes strictly go down St. Charles a lot. So a lot of the house floats on St. Charles that are currently there, they all should have a collective neighborhood theme.
Yes,
and then
I think that would be dope.
That would be one day where we wouldn't have floats going down the street. We just have cars. We just have cars looking at the house floats.
Or we have pedestrians.
That would be dope.
I think that would be really dope, and I think that would be an alternative to all of this traffic that we be having,
Right.
especially way before Mardi Gras Day. Because most of y'all should know the Mardi Gras season is like a month-long fucking season.
A lot of people don't know that.
Right.
A lot of people that don't live here
Mardi
don't know
Gras is a season, like almost a month-long season, but there's only one fucking day.
Right.
So we have to go through a whole month and some change of traffic and of being inconvenienced by other people just so they could see some floats. So, I mean, if there was a way to like incorporate the house floats with regular parades or some type of shit so that we can, decrease the amount of traffic, decrease the amount of closed roads and all that shit, like I would love that. I think that would be really dope.
Can we fix St. Charles first before we do that? Especially by the dinosaur house in JCC, because First of
all, they've been working on St. Charles since
2000.
2000, girl. 2000. They've been working on fucking St. Charles.
I really would like them if we would do that and keep that tradition, like you said. I really need them to focus the revenue, some of the revenue from Mardi Gras, and fix up fucking St. Charles. Like, it's the wealthiest street in the country, but you can't fix it up.
I mean, when you think about it, because then it's going to go into geography. You got to remember, we are a sunken place. We are sinking. So as much as they fix it, the shit is going to break just again.
Because we do live on top of a swamp. So
exactly. So it's going to break again. So I understand why they're not in a hurry, but hey, whatever. What else?
What are your hopes?
Is there anything else I wanted to change, keep?
You already said the traffic, but
yeah. Okay, so what I'm anticipating, I definitely want to go to balls. Like, I am excited to go to balls this year. I really wanted to go last year, and I really was supposed to go this year because I had already picked out my dress. I had picked out everything last year because I was like, oh, since I'm not gonna go in 19, I'm gonna do 20. Well, since I ain't going 20, I'm gonna do 21. Obviously, that didn't work. That didn't happen. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. And I want to go to other balls as well. Because I've heard about like a lot of different balls where it was lit. Like, they had so much fun. They had food and drinks included at a cheaper price. And I'm like, boop, I need to do that.
We should go to the Endymion ball.
I want to go to as many balls as I can. I'm not going to buy that many dresses. So you will see a repeat. Okay, I might do 2 dresses and just repeat like that. I am excited for Endymion. I'm excited for Zulu. I'm excited to just be under the bridge again. Like,
oh my gosh.
Bruh. I mean, Charlie is very serious about this not being under the bridge shit for Mardi Gras because she didn't put up the gates and shit like that.
But them Iberville niggas tore them up already.
They have torn it up. And you know what? I don't blame them. Don't blame them at all. But I'm looking forward to definitely doing Claiborne again. I'm looking forward to just going outside and just seeing the city. Like, I'm really looking forward to that. Like, I haven't been to a second line.
Man, when those start back up, baby, we're gonna have to do a live from over there
in a full fucking year, and it's depressing, you guys.
I be watching videos and sharing them, and I just be like, we're gonna get back to that.
My Sundays have not been fun days, and I do not appreciate it. Okay, but yeah, I want to be out in the city again. I want to do what we've been doing. I want to go back into the culture and the traditions. And I just need the city to go back to being majority normal, majority normal. But also be aware and be cautious of what we've already been through, if that makes sense. I want to be back outside, you guys. I don't like this. I don't like being here in this space. I just want to be outside. I want to enjoy Mardi Gras again. You guys, that's it. I'm dropping the mic.
We both want to be outside again. But yeah, like we really do miss outside. Like, I hate this necessity movement. Like, keep your nose down, put your mask on. Like, I'm sick of this shit. Honestly, I've reached my breaking point. I I want our normalcy back. I want the joy that we feel being outside in our community. Like
Right.
with the second line, with Mardi Gras, you know, sharing and meeting new people, seeing our people, linking with them. You know, the hospitality, the love, the hug. Man, nigga, hugging random people at the parade just because you're happy and you're drunk.
Drunk as fuck.
Yeah, I miss that. I miss hugging people. I cannot wait until next year when we able to go back outside and we can hug people and dance in the street again and hold hands while we dancing or dancing at the second line, you know, in the street on the Sunday just because. I cannot wait till we get that back.
Yes.
We're going to get back.
Yes, I agree.
We just got to buckle down a little while longer.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed us going down Mardi Gras memory lane. We would love to know what are some of your favorite Mardi Gras memories. What are you looking forward to for next year? Prayerfully, if we have a Mardi Gras next year. Make sure you share your stories with us, DM us, tweet us, IG us, you know, all the good stuff. You can follow us on you can follow us on all of our social medias, IG, Twitter, at RPB_podcast. You make sure to check out the website, rpnbpodcast.com, and check out our YouTube as well. You know, we're trying to make sure we push out as much content as possible. We're actually coming to an end very soon. Our first season is about to be over real soon, y'all. Like
our
that's
first season about to be in the books.
That's crazy.
We really had a whole first season of a show during a Pandora.
Yes.
And we've been living and loving. This has been like a piece of sanity for us almost to kind of keep going and keep doing the show. This is kind of like some joy.
Yes.
That we've been able to manifest, and it's so mind blowing.
Right. And gosh, yeah. But by the time this comes out, you know, Mardi Gras would have passed. We'll be at Ash Wednesday. So we hope that y'all enjoy what is left of Mardi Gras. Make sure y'all spread love. We hope you guys had a wonderful Valentine's. Even if you single, ladies and gentlemen, that don't mean you had to be a lonely sucker.
Okay? Take yourself out to dinner, baby.
I hope you did. I hope you treated yourself because you deserve, and have a beautiful, beautiful Mardi Gras. Mm-hmm. And as the natives say, les bon temps roulé.
That rolls off your tongue so well.
Thank you. All right, y'all. Peace.